I anticipate that Speaker Crispin will do very well. She'll connect with the audience.
Paparazzi has arrived.
I hope it'll be a good evening for everyone. They'll come away better informed after than before. That's what's really the reason why we're having this debate tonight, a forum. People in the Orthodox community or the general Jewish community wants to know that there's a future for them in the city. They want to be reassured on crime, quality of life. The city should be responsive on middle-class issues. That's what it's all about. Lots of nachas, lots of nachas.
I'm not sure that's quite the plan, but I love that. That's great.
What a better job.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
That's right.
Hi, Ms. Speaker.
Hi, how are you? Hey. Put down
She was
the
another
next-
miss.
I know, but I don't want to insult anybody.
No, not at all.
Can't insult
Candidate for City Council.
I have to go.
Testing one.
About half a dozen.
Listen, this is going to be a great debate, and we've got a wonderful audience here listening to the issues. So it's going to be a great night here at the show.
I'm trying to communicate my message to the Orthodox Jewish community. They are part of my coalition, and more than ever, we are eager to build something that is going to make a change in this city.
Please welcome our candidates, former New York City Councilman Sal Albanese, our New York City Public Advocate Bill de Blasio, our New York City Controller John Wu, the Speaker of the New York City Council Christine Quinn, Pastor Eric Salgado, and former Congressman Anthony Weiner. And of course, we are anticipating that Bill Thompson will join, our New York City, former New York City Controller will join us at some point during the evening and jump in to our questions.
We are under attack, and we have to attack back. That's what I'm for. I'm for all the religious leaders to have the opportunity to continue performing their religion the best way they think it is. We see this attack when the city prohibits the use of well water in matzo making process. We see this attack vividly in Williamsburg when the city hall is suing Jewish store owner who post sign require mother's dress. We see this attack when city hall interfere with the religion, and it doesn't stop there. They are trying to prevent religious organizations to use school building or facility in non-school hours. That is an attack in the community of faith, and as a man of faith, I'm going to work together with all the Orthodox Jewish community to fight back and get what belongs to us, the freedom of religion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Weiner.
I can't imagine just how many times I've attended a simcha here, or a graduation, or a bond breakfast, or a malava malka, or something in this hall and in this building. I just want to say thank you so much for the kindness you've shown in welcoming me back, and the generosity you've shown in allowing me to represent this community for so many years. This is the kind of voice that I want to be, not only for this community, but for the entire city of New York. Someone that doesn't have to be shaken by the lapels to do someone who has it deep in his kishkas, someone who understands what it means to fight for his community. You know, I got to know many of you. And frankly, celebrating Tashluk out here, well, I was a city council candidate.
In the same way we need to do around security or transportation or special education. And as it relates to special education, we need to stop forcing parents to go to court to sue the city to get their children the type of special education they need. If you're in that situation and you're searching for the best special education program for your child, it is stressful enough. And the last thing we need to do is to force you into litigation. Well, we know 9 times out of 10 you're going to win, but we do it, I believe, with the belief that people will drop out of the effort. That's wrong, and these are the kind of things we can do and still honor that our real first obligation is to public education. And we we need to continue as part of the whole continuum of the family, the commitment to priority 7 and go back to priority 5 vouchers as well. And the efforts we've done in the council, and at times I'll say I wish it could have been more, but they've been the front line defense that have kept 4,400 vouchers out there. Without myself and the other 50 council members, there would be no vouchers, and that's an important record that I want to make sure everybody is aware of. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But I want to touch on something that Speaker Quinn referred to because I think it's worth talking about a little bit. It's the notion, and many of you might not be familiar with this, that now when there are special needs children in our community, particularly in the Frum community, that need services, it is the policy of the city to basically try to run out the clock to make that family hire a lawyer, go to court to sue the city to get the services they're entitled to. The city is saying, you know what? It's cheaper for us to make that family sue than to give them the services. Now, if it was more families and this was more public, they'd never get away with it. But because it's a fairly discreet community, a fairly insular community of what goes on in the Frum community, you don't hear as much about it. That is wrong. We have to stop making it the policy of this city, the policy of our taxpayer dollars to go towards essentially harassing people who are already dealing with the challenges of raising a special need child. Instead of doing that, we should go in the other direction. We should do what I'm proposing, which is to have a nonprofit czar as part of the cabinet for the mayor that says we are going to work with Yeshivot, with community organizations to make things better because government doesn't have all the answers.
Thank you for the leg stretch moment too. So I appreciate that very much. I was glad you didn't make us start doing jumping jacks or something to, like in other kinds of events.
My name is Sal Albanese, and I'm the only person in this race who has a record of independence, is not a career politician, is not accepting money from lobbyists or developers, and I'm committed to putting the people in charge of City Hall.
That's why you can trust me. I'm not a politician. I am the only one that is not a politician in this table, and I'm going to continue doing the work that I'm doing as a leader in this community.
Thank you very much. Mr. Thompson.
Heck, you almost convinced me, Rick. Ellie, I don't think that's going to happen. I think it is not talking about what I'm going to do, but looking at a lifetime in public service. That's how I spent most of my adult life, in public service.
I'm not a perfect person. I haven't been a perfect messenger for everything I've tried to do. But I have never, ever forgotten the people that sent me to those offices. And if I'm lucky enough for you to say, you know what, he cares, he wants to fight for the middle class and those struggling to make it, I can tell you that every day that I'm lucky enough to be mayor, I'm going to lay down my head late at night, thinking about how to help communities like this. I'm going to get up first thing the next morning, thinking about how I'm going to help communities like this. I'm going to work hard every single day. I'm going to fight hard for you. That's what I've tried to do. And if you want to judge what kind of a mayor I'll be, look what kind of a councilman I was, look what kind of an aide to Chuck Schumer I was, look what kind of a congressman I was, and I will try every single day to make you proud.
Thank you very much. Mr. Albanese. Brad, thank you.
Well, let me exhale for a second. As a matter of fact, why don't you continue the second one and I'll pick up and I'll catch up in just 1 second.
I think that's a fair request.
I can claim this. I am the most thoroughly investigated candidate in the history of New York City. And after all this, there's nothing I can do except lob scurrilous, baseless innuendos at me. I'm proud of my record, and I hope to be the next mayor of New York City because I know that this city needs great changes, and I'm the person to bring about that change.